Hey everyone, Chris here from Tourpreneur. I thought I would do a little video on the new Google tool that has came out called NotebookLM. It's a tool where you can have conversations about content that you upload, so you can then ask the AI questions that will cover you back some answers from that content, specifically to that content that you've uploaded. So I can see some great applications for it. But the thing that I'm really interested in is when you upload content to it, you can generate an audio conversation between two people having a conversation about the content you have uploaded. So I have tried this with blogs. One of the blogs I uploaded was a blogger wrote about the slight downturn this year in terms of bookings, etc., that are happening because of various reasons. And I had two people having a conversation talking about all the different aspects of that, and it produced really good results. I've tried it with a few other things, like the Tourpreneur newsletter, creating a conversation around the topics and points raised within the newsletter. And again, did an amazing job. I can see this tool being really helpful for creating really good, quick video content, audio content for creating podcasts or creating short reels and shorts and all these different things. But I also thought in this video, I'm going to experiment with one aspect, and that is to upload tour information. So I've taken one of our clients' tours, Overland Ireland. I've uploaded their 11-day tour, so the full itinerary, all the content, what's included, what's not included, and even a review based on that tour. And the results were rather interesting. When I mean interesting, they were very, very good. And again, thing to highlight, this tool is still in beta. It's only going to get better. So for this moment in time, you can only select two voices. It's a male and female, same voices all the time. I can see in future, you'll be able to select different voices, different aspects, maybe even be able to upload your own voice to be able to do this as well. So it's actually you speaking in a conversation with someone. I can see that happening. And another aspect could be that eventually this could turn into video. So you've got two AI humans talking that look human, but they're actually AI generated as well. However, with this experiment, I've taken a tour and I wanted to see how well it would create a conversation around that tour, something that you could then upload to a blog post or even the tour itself, and something that potentially could be more engaging for the user. So rather than reading all the text and getting to see what it's all about, the conversation is about highlighting the best aspects, why you should book this tour, all the things that I usually say in marketing, why you should highlight it from the perspective of a guide or perspective of people within your business. It's having those conversations as to why that should be the case, why you should visit the destination, why you should take out this tour, etc., etc., etc. This conversation actually goes some way to doing that, and like I say, the results are pretty good. So with this video, I'm going to show you how you do it. There's certain tools. There's the NotebookLM. I'm also using the script to create the video, and I'm going to show you how you can actually create this using the tools. Excuse my dog. So I'm actually going to explain how you can do this using the tools like NotebookLM, the script, to then create the video and the audio, potentially something that you can use in your own business to help you generate content. Like I say, it's a fascinating tool. I can see so many applications for it, and I'm really, really excited about what this can do for tour operators, etc. out there. So have a look at it. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see your examples. Feel free to comment on the Facebook group, any examples that you have, things that you posted, send them, email them to me. I'd love to see what you can create using this tool. But I think it's a great tool, and in my video, I will show you how you can do it. Okay, everyone, what I'm going to do here is a little bit of an experiment. I've not tried this before, so what you're going to do is see me doing this live. But I'm going to attempt to take an existing tour. It's a multi-day tour. This is an 11-day tour from one of our clients, Overland Ireland. It's called the Full Irish 11-Day Zest Tour of Ireland. I'm going to take this tour. I am going to copy the text into a plain text document. I am then going to upload that into Google's new NotebookLM, which allows you to upload notes and then create a conversation between two hosts talking about whatever it is that you upload, that particular subject. I have tried this with a few blogs, with a few newsletters from Tourpreneur, and it works really, really well. And it got me thinking, could you create audio and a video, having two people having a conversation about a tour, and then being able to use this on your tour pages or within a blog or whatever that would be. So I thought I would give this a go and see what results we get. And you'll get the results at the end of this video if you want to watch it, or you can watch it separately on a link in the show notes below. So I've got this tour here. So I'm going to just start copying out some text. So I'm going to copy the title, put that into the text document. I'm just going to copy all the text that I can see here from that to that point. So I don't want to copy that newsletter. I might tidy that up a little bit. So excludes, so I'll just put that here. Includes, just so we know what it's there. I'm then going to I'll come back to reviews. I'm then going to open up all the day itinerary, which is going to be the bulk of this. And then I'm going to just go from day one, copy all the way down, including these two wee bits at the bottom, and add that in here as well. I also maybe want to take some reviews. Just going to add reviews. And let's see what we've got. I'm actually going to just click on the reviews themselves, so just so I can see it. That's a Zest tour. What I'm going to do is try and find one that are relating to the 11-day tour, and then copy them in. So I found one of the reviews from Brian. I want to copy this, add it in there. So we've got a review as well in here. So I have a review of the tour, and I have all the text here. So I'm just going to save this down and call this Overland Ireland. To my desktop. So I've now got that to the desktop, which is here. So now I'm going to go over to NotebookLM. I'm going to create a new notebook. I'm going to upload the text. I'm just going to call this the full Irish tour. So we have it. So here is when you can start asking conversations, and you can actually have a conversation with the AI about the content that you've uploaded. But I'm going to just use this deep dive conversation. It's two hosts. It only is in English only, and it tends to be the same voices, a male and a female. I'm calling them Chad and Monica for argument's sake. I'm going to click generate, and what this will do is it will generate a conversation around the content you have uploaded. Like I say, I've tried this with blogs, where I've uploaded one of our blogs about the sort of balance we're now seeing in tours and activities, where there's maybe less bookings compared to the last couple of years, and it has created a really good, almost like a podcast conversation about that blog. I'm hoping that this will do the same for this tour, and it'll be two people having a conversation about the tour, explaining what it is, talking about some of the sites that you may see, and then obviously hopefully explaining about the review, about Brian's review, how he loved it, etc., etc. And just to see what this entails and what it creates in terms of an audio file. So what I'm going to do is click generate. This can take a couple of minutes, so I'll click generate, I'll pause the video, we'll come back and see what that produces. So I'm going to click generate and leave this for a few minutes to do its magic. So that's it now, created the audio. It looks like it's created over a 7.5 minute audio file. So let's just have a quick listen to the first minute or so, and we'll see how well this has created it from the information we've uploaded.
Ever wish you could bottle that feeling, when you're planning a trip, all that dreaming and scheming, but like before you actually have to book anything.
Oh, the best part.
Right. Well, get ready, because that's exactly the vibe of this deep dive. We're talking Ireland.
Always a good choice.
The best, really. But specifically, we're diving into this Overland Ireland itinerary, 11 days, all across the Emerald Isle.
Seems ambitious. I like it.
Ambitious in the best way. Now, we've got the itinerary itself right here, ready to dissect, but almost more exciting, we've also got this 5-star review from a traveler named Brian G.
Oh, so we're getting the real deal.
Oh, yeah. He lived this thing, loved this thing, and between the two, the itinerary and the review, I think we're about to unlock some secrets to a truly epic Irish adventure.
So that I'm quite impressed with. Obviously, I'll listen to the full thing, but I'm quite impressed with. Like I say, the reviews was tacked on to the end of the notes, but it's put it into context within the beginning of the conversation, as well as talking about the itinerary and what that would be. So that first minute or so, I'm really happy with what that's produced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this, and I've now downloaded the audio, which I'm going to have here. So that is the audio file. Next step I'm going to do is upload it to create a video. Now, I use a bit of software called Descript. It's just a really easy tool for creating quick videos, especially with captions and waveforms and things like that, which is what I want to do for this. And then I'll add an image in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the script, which is here. I'm just going to close this down. And I'm actually going to create a new project. So let's get rid of this one. So I've got a new project here. And I'm basically going to go ahead and add a file. I'm going to upload that conversation. And again, this will take a few minutes to add in. But I'm going to say there's 2 speakers and hit done. This will then start adding in a transcription of the full audio. And then I can assign some speakers to it. So again, this may take a couple of minutes. I'll pause, we'll come back and see what it's produced. Okay, as you see here, it's added the full transcription of the conversation. I'm now going to identify speakers.
You've officially turned my wanderlust up to 11. I'm ready to book that flight, find my perfect guide, lose myself in the Emerald Isle.
100%. Okay, and finally, the third golden nugget we're taking.
So I then got speakers for each part of it. So that's me now got the speakers, the transcription. All I need to do now is create a video. So I can do a few things. I want to add in captions. I want to add in a progress bar so you can see how where you are in the video, and also sort of waveform, and then an image in the background. So I'm going to basically go into captions, and I like the one which is basically karaoke. So I'm going to drop in karaoke. I'm going to put this in the middle, but I actually want it to be over 2 lines. So I just want to see here. Okay, so that's that. So I want it over 2 lines. See if that will actually help. I'm going to alter this. So I'm going to change the text to something else. So I can change the font. Let's see what we've got. Actually, I'm going to change it to this one. I want to change the colour in the background to the Overland green, which I have the hex number here. So I'm going to change that to the Overland green. So that's now in place. I also want to change the font size. I'm going to make it 72, which then puts over 2 lines. That's basically what I want to do for the text. I then want to add in a waveform. So you can see the waveform and a progress bar. So to get that, there used to be an easier way of doing this, but it's a little bit convoluted. But I'm going to go into here and just type in progress. So insert progress bar. So I've now got that here. Again, I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to change the colour again to their green. So that will be a little progress bar as the text goes along, the video goes along. I'm also now going to go up to here, quick actions, and do waveform, insert waveform. And I want this waveform to be lines. I'm going to make it smaller and just add it just above the progress bar. And I know sometimes this might go over 4 lines, so if it does, I'm just going to close it up so to make sure that it doesn't do that. So it's going to be 2 lines and hopefully no more. Just going to make it centered. So that's now centered. In fact, I might move it up just ever so slightly off-centered. So let's see how this looks.
Ever wish you could bottle that feeling, when you're planning a trip. All that dreaming and scheming, but like before you actually have to book anything.
Oh, the best part.
Right.
That looks fine to me. So that's the text in. That's the waveform, progress bar. Again, you could add other things to this as well if you so wish. But now I want to maybe add in an image in the background. So I'm going to grab an image from their website, and I'm going to drop that in. I'm just going to have a look in their gallery. So just sort of pick an image that I feel would work really, really well. It's like that shot of the people was probably the best one because that's showing everyone in a nice, friendly way. In fact, there's a good one as well. That's a good one. Now, as they're talking in the video, you could have different images talking about the itinerary, and I might well do that. So I'm just going to download this image. I'm going to grab it and just add it here. I'm going to position, fill canvas. I am then going to select the layer order just by right-clicking and moving it to the back. And let's just take the opacity down a little. Let's go to 40%. That might be enough. So let's see how that looks.
Ever wish you could bottle that feeling, when you're planning a trip? All that dreaming and scheming, but...
Excellent. And the next thing I might do is drop in a logo. So I'm actually going to grab their logo. Let's grab the one from the homepage, which is this one here. They are in the middle of rebranding, so that will change, no doubt. So I'm going to drop that here. Resize the logo. I'm going to drop it in the center here. Let's have a little look.
Ever wish you could bottle that feeling, when you're planning a trip? All that dreaming.
I'm just going to move this down a little bit more. Actually, I will make it center now that I've got the logo in.
Ever wish you could bottle that feeling, when you're planning a trip? All that dreaming and scheming, but before you actually have to book anything.
Created a video. So literally within 5 minutes or so, apart from the waiting time for it to generate, I've copied and pasted all the content from a tour, uploaded that into NotebookLM, generated the audio. I can then use that audio for podcasts or whatever I would like to do. I've now uploaded that audio into the script. It's transcribed it all, and then created a little video with waveforms, captions, a progress bar, dropping in some images. I can now export this and then use it on my YouTube channel, use it on a tour page or a blog page or whatever. The reason why I'm thinking about doing stuff like this, and I did it with some of my own blogs, is some people simply don't want to read. And if you can have a video, and some people might be, okay, I'm going to watch a video, you'll see some nice sights, some things, but having a conversation between two people talking about that subject matter, i.e. this tour, what that entails, what people can see, and actually sounding like two humans having a conversation could come across as more engaging. So it's something I'm looking to experiment with to see how well this could work. So give it a go, see what you think. I think it's an amazing tool. I can see a future where it won't just produce the audio, it will actually produce video and maybe even have two AI human-looking hosts having a chat. I can see that happening in the near future. But as a tool, I think it's a great way to even just use for your blogs, use for your articles. Again, in the link below, I uploaded one for the Tourpreneur newsletter. It created a conversation about all the topics, etc. we were talking about in the newsletter. It did a fantastic job of that as well. I'll add all the links in the show notes, but I think this could be a great tool to just help generate more content, more video content, really, really quickly, and actually being engaging because it's more of a conversation. So it's worth experimenting with, but if you do, please do let me know how you get on. Send me some examples. Love to see them. I'd love to know how you can end up using this tool for the benefit of your business. So hopefully this video was helpful.
Ever wish you could bottle that feeling, when you're planning a trip? All that dreaming and scheming, but before you actually have to book anything.
Oh, the best part.
Right. Well, get ready, because that's exactly the vibe of this deep dive. We're talking Ireland.
Always a good choice.
The best, really. But specifically, we're diving into this Overland Ireland itinerary, 11 days, all across the Emerald Isle.
Seems ambitious. I like it.
Ambitious in the best way. Now, we've got the itinerary itself right here, ready to dissect, but almost more exciting, we've also got this 5-star review from a traveler named Brian G.
Oh, so we're getting the real deal.
Oh, yeah. He lived this thing, loved this thing, and between the two, the itinerary and the review, I think we're about to unlock some secrets to a truly epic Irish adventure. What do you think?
I think secrets is the right word. And, the itinerary itself is called The Full Irish Without the Hangover.
Okay, bold claim.
Right. It promises the world. But it did get me thinking about the structure. Right off the bat, it balances those must-sees, your Cliffs of Moher, your Giant's Causeway, all the classics, with some seriously intriguing off-the-beaten-path stuff.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Right there in the itinerary description, that's what hooked me. Anyone can hop on a bus tour to the cliffs, but how many can say they've watched a sheepdog trial on the edge of a fjord? Or, even better, soaked in a seaweed bath afterward.
It's brilliant, actually. That's what makes this itinerary worth a deep dive. It's not just about the what, it's the why. They're clearly aiming for that insider access feel, which honestly...
everyone wants these days. It really is. But more than that, they've paced it out expertly. You'll notice they intersperse those high-energy days like, hiking the cliffs with more relaxed experiences, like that seaweed bath.
So smart.
Prevents sightseeing burnout, which is essential.
Yeah.
Especially in a country as naturally stunning as Ireland, you could get overwhelmed if you're not careful.
Okay, so we're talking about striking a balance, blockbuster sites, but also those pinch me, I'm in Ireland moments. And it seems like they've got the rhythm down, which on an 11-day tour is key. I'm already picturing myself sipping a pint by the fjord, watching those sheepdogs work their magic. But here's the thing about itineraries, right? They look great on paper, but the real magic, it happens when you're actually out there on the road.
100%.
Which brings us to Brian G. and his glowing review. This, my friend, is where the rubber meets the road. Right. Got to see what it's like in action.
And honestly, it's pure gold for anyone planning their own Irish adventure.
Yeah.
What stood out to you reading through his feedback?
Oh, Brian's review. Yeah, it's pure traveler's treasure, for sure. Two things really struck me. First, he raves about their tour guide, Mark.
Okay, yeah.
And it's not just like a passing mention. He goes into detail about how Mark went above and beyond, like finding those hidden gem pubs, sharing local stories, that kind of thing.
Like having a friend in Ireland.
Exactly. And that, to me, speaks volumes about the tour company itself. It's one thing to have a fantastic itinerary, but they're clearly fostering a culture where their guides feel empowered to, really elevate the experience. You know what I mean?
Totally. That's not something you can fake.
No, not at all. And the second thing that caught my eye, Brian specifically mentions no gimmicky souvenir stops.
Oh, interesting.
Now, you might think that's a small detail.
Right.
But to me, it just reinforces this commitment to authentic experiences, Like they're not herding people into tourist traps.
Yeah. No, Kiss Me I'm Irish t-shirts.
Exactly. They're prioritizing those genuine, real Ireland moments we were talking about earlier.
Is everything. Okay, one more gem from Brian's review I wanted to touch on. He suggests adding some extra time in Dublin.
Good call.
Which, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
This itinerary focuses on the countryside, really getting out there.
You're on the move, for sure.
Have you found that to be a common sentiment, especially with these kinds of immersive tours?
Absolutely. Kudos to Brian for recognizing that. This tour, it's jam-packed with incredible sights, but you are constantly on the go. Dublin, on the other hand, has a different rhythm.
For sure.
It begs to be explored a little slower, really allowing yourself to soak it all in. I always recommend adding a few days, either at the beginning or the end of your trip, just to really do Dublin justice.
All right, so we've journeyed through this full Irish itinerary, heard tales from the road courtesy of Brian G., and I got to say, I'm ready to hop on a plane.
Me too. Sounds incredible.
Right, but okay, let's get real for a second. Maybe the dates don't work, or maybe group tours aren't your thing.
Sure.
But that's the beauty of these deep dives, right? We can, extract the gold and apply it to any Ireland adventure.
Totally. Think of it like this deep dive is our treasure map. Now we figure out how to use it.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's talk about those golden nuggets. What are the non-negotiables, the must-haves, that any traveler should take away from this when planning their own Irish adventure?
3 things spring to mind immediately. First up, balance is key.
And I don't just mean packing comfortable shoes.
Right, exactly, though also important. But no, remember how we talked about the itinerary, that blend of iconic landmarks and those quirky, only in Ireland experiences?
Sheepdog trials and seaweed baths.
There you go. Don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path. Embrace the unexpected. If you're booking a tour, actually ask about those hidden gem opportunities. And if you're going solo, seek them out.
Like choosing between a perfectly paired Guinness and a sip of poteen from a local's flask? Why not both?
Exactly. Now, second takeaway. Brian's review really hammered this home guide quality. Can make or break your trip. Imagine 11 days with a guide who's just phoning it in, or worse, doesn't really know their stuff. Heartbreaking.
Like going to a concert and the lead singer is just not feeling it. Total buzzkill.
Exactly. So here's what I suggest. When you're looking at tour companies, don't just look at the brochures. Look for companies that highlight their guides, maybe even have traveler reviews that actually mention them by name.
Oh, smart.
And if it's a smaller company, don't hesitate to reach out. Say, hey, can I chat with my potential guide for 5 minutes?
It's like a first date for your travel experience.
100%. Okay, and finally, the third golden nugget we're taking from this deep dive. Pacing. Remember, Ireland's beauty, it unfolds best at a human pace. Don't cram your itinerary so full that you're just rushing from one site to the next. You'll be exhausted and overwhelmed.
Exhausted, yes.
Take a cue from this full Irish itinerary and allow for those moments of serendipity. Those unplanned stops at a charming pub, a leisurely stroll. Those are the memories you'll cherish.
It's so true. Some of my favorite travel memories are the ones where, like, you get a little lost, just let the journey kind of unfold.
100%. Give yourself permission to wander, to linger, really soak in the atmosphere. That's the true magic of Ireland.
You've officially turned my wanderlust up to 11. I'm ready to book that flight, find my perfect guide, lose myself in the Emerald Isle. And listener, one last thought before you go. Remember how we talked about those truly authentic experiences? Here's a little homework assignment for you. Research local festivals, events, anything happening during your travel dates. That's a fantastic way to experience the real heart and soul of Ireland. Imagine, stumbling upon a lively village market or finding yourself at a traditional music session in a cozy pub. Who knows what treasures you'll uncover? And hey, if you find something amazing, drop us a line. We're always up for more Ireland inspiration. Until next time, happy travels.